All right. Mm, just get straight to it. It's probably gameplay. Gameplay. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 9. Still, one more stage than normal. One extra stage than normal. Already did it. Let me just check this if... Okay. Let me check the previous stream. Oh, it's fine. Hello. Alright. This Ruinas, Gloriosas y Directrices de Metáforas is
Buenos
like on
dias.
her
For me, morning is the least
voice
suitable
lines.
time for writing.
It's her new book. I think we're going to just see her process of probably writing it.
I've been collecting feedback from my new novel.
The more before I get started with it, let's talk about this. The more I think about the chapter and the things that like how it's written, the more it's like increasing in my rating. Like I think at first you might you might it actually be confused about certain stuff because certain references are really like you need to know your books and stuff. But the more I look into it, the more the better this chapter gets. I have to look more into it before I like rate anything. Let's see if this character story would be good as well. After this, I need to. No, I don't need to do it now. Just editor of Genius. Ruinas, the title, and the book dedicated to Ma something. I didn't read. Let me just check. Let me check on the preview. Because it's a little late. Mario. Man carrying a person carrying a folder and 2 cups of coffee rushes through the corridor. Which way are you going?
Huh?
Is that a name? Hangting? Uh, isn't this... that's the name. Isn't this Tommy? Here again to beg Miss Hangting. What? Hunting. Miss Hunting. To publish your ignored expressionist literature.
Goodbye.
I think Thomas. Writer Thomas. I don't have to argue with you today. I need to show this to Miss Hunting right away. Editor's office. Angel's Homeland Publishing House. What would that be on? Uh, at the end of the third floor hallway, in the office to the left. Angel, Hogar, Hogar del Angel. Probably not that. It's probably just written in English.
I'm sorry.
Hello, welcome. Uh, I'm a few minutes late, but at least the coffee is still warm. Anyway, before we discuss publishing my work, you have to take a look at this. That's hunting. I think it's hunting. Let me search if it is... If it is written as hunting. Hunting or hunting. Yeah, I read it translates to hunting. It's a transliteration, so it's not really. It's up to the interpretation. Editor hunting. Uh, no rush. Take a sip, Mr. Thomas. Thank you for the coffee. You're 8 minutes late, but that doesn't matter. Are you leading your latest revisions? I realize allocating 30 minutes was overly optimistic and
Which
completely
means
unnecessary. It barely needs any edits, so we can just... Does not meet... It does not meet your... Your work doesn't meet the publishing standards. Yes. Second, you do not cooperate with my edits, Mr. Thomas. I kept sections I crossed out and even snuck in new sentences. Third, uh, we can use the remaining 20 minutes to discuss something unrelated to your work. Unlike the new movie, the well flavored tragedy, I think you can learn a lot about storytelling from it.
I see.
Miss Hunting here's as strict as ever.
But
I can't abandon your work. It's my key to breaking out of my mental fortress. I have to find a way to publish it. Well, good luck with that. The director of... Huh? The tragedy. The director of the tragedy gave some extra movie tickets. I think you should take one and watch it.
look at this.
What is this? And why should I read it? I scheduled you last so I could leave work on time.
Listen.
Guess what I encountered on the way here? What? Did you run to your idol, that, Franz Kafka?
Here's the case.
No, it was a slightly disabled little girl. She was working at a cafe, and whenever she had a free moment, she would eagerly hand out thick booklets to any customers who seemed interested.
But
The strange thing is, there was no publisher in the booklet, no category, no recommended reading guide, not even a price tag.
wow.
I assumed it was some kind of hotel flyer, or a travel brochure, or some pamphlet. But to my surprise, it was a novel. So, was it well written?
I think that.
Not at all, but it was special.
No matter what.
Just read it. It won't take you 10 minutes. It's less than 10,000 words, yet it carries a certain magic, like a literary demon that leaped out from Pandora's box. Uh, Learning human languages mimics the thought process of a writer. The cryptic metaphors, the layered structure. I can hardly believe someone so young wrote it. About that. Alright, let me take a look. Sir Thomas, I have a rather unusual request. Could you tell this author who writes like a sleepwalker to come meet me before 6? This kid is a tiny genius who could turn the world upside down. I told you, I met her at a cafe on the corner. If we're lucky, she should still be there. He posts. Wait a minute. Let me post this. All right. Um, Miss Sondang, hearing that you specifically asked for me is thrilling news. I knew giving out my work for free would pay off. You know me.
We met in Guadalajara.
I saw you at Angel's Homeland Publishing booth. Uh, Later, a writer friend told me you're the golden ticket of Angel's Homeland, a master at launching authors' careers, even if that thing works into films. If only I had spoken to you back then, maybe I'd already have several published novels by now. Hold on, who said I was going to help you publish a novel?
Huh?
Isn't that what I'm here? You did say let's bring in that tiny genius who would turn the world upside down. Did Thomas praise it like that? His work is just as convoluted, always dancing around instead of getting to the point. Then what's your actual purpose? Give up writing.
I beg your pardon?
Someone as stubbornly devoted to pure literature as you doesn't belong in the movie-driven 90s. If there a way to turn back time, I'd throw you 30 years back into the gunpowder-filled Latin America of the past. Do you have a clear enough vision of your own work? Do you have a carefully designed, well-rehearsed structure in your mind? My vision's still crystal clear. I want to revive visceral realism to capture the eternal from fleeting moments, just like the great writers of the 60s did. Let me rephrase. What you want is to write good work that readers can understand, right?
That's right, Miss Hunting.
It is something. But I think it's hard to balance literary quality and accessibility. Don't rush, sit down. I've already read your novel. Under the sky of its homeland, the shepherd boys' shadow were larger than their bodies. This line is quite good, very visual.
Hmm? Oh, yes.
After that, Hawaii encounters a shadowless shepherd boy without realizing that the boy's missing shadow is actually his own. Whenever the sun sets, their silhouettes stretch into a giant beast along the ridge, swinging whips at non-existent cattle. This, however, is a bit excessive. Besides, how would the reader know the cattle are meant to be a metaphor?
Okay.
But planting seeds of doubt here will make the revelation at the climax more powerful. Then, look at this line. These cattle never lower their heads to graze. They chase the stars until they drag the shepherd's soul along with them. No one should dream of returning home. The land will bite, trapping you forever. Why did you write this?
It's... it's a metaphor, too. Like the cattle herd.
Wait. I'm not questioning the sentence itself. It has a distinct style, But where's your team? This is supposed to be a story about a protagonist returning to his hometown after many years, exploring a magical realism through sense of estrangement. 5 pages in, are we still only seeing shepherds and cattle?
I understand what you're saying, but these are important elements of the novel. They'll all come into play later on.
Uh, an interesting idea, but how was I supposed to know that? Let's flip ahead all the way to page 37. Little genius. You spent 37 pages just to tell the readers that the shepherd in the first 5 pages is a mirrored symbol? Maybe you're right, I do need to refine my structure. Literature isn't a fairy tale, nor is it a private dreamscape. Do you think you can win over the readers with imagination alone? One suggestion while you're still young, learn how to write a screenplay.
I don't understand.
Uh, do movie scripts really have anything to do with literature? I haven't watched many films. I always end up falling asleep with the teacher. It's just a suggestion, an extreme one. I just want to tell you, don't underestimate the importance of storytelling. Oh, it's already this late. Sorry for taking up your time, but this has been such an exhilarating literary discussion. Thank you. It's nothing. Besides, I've gotten to know a writer as unconventional as you. That's it for today. Go home and think about these 3 questions. First, why does the cowboy return to his hometown? Second, why does he meet the shepherd boy? Third, why does the character know things even the author doesn't?
Does that mean...
So you're saying uh, that if I revise my novel according to your suggestion and come back, there's a chance it could be published? That depends on how well you revise it. I can't make any guarantees. I'll just need uh 2 weeks. No, 1 week. I'll show you a completely new version. If possible, next time please schedule an appointment at the front desk. At least let me know you've been here. Good luck. I need to head home and warm up with something hot.
Till next time, Miss Hunting. I'll most certainly be back. Believe you me.
Cowboy and coachman. I guess that's the shepherd boy. The coachman. Alright, let's see the last person on the list. Recoleta.
Yes, is it my turn?
Uh, Long time no see, Miss Hunting. Good afternoon. You... When did you get out there? Never mind. That's not important. You're the last one today. Come in. Rest assured, I revised the pacing of the first few chapters this time. No more issues with the team being introduced too late. I hope I can believe you. Let's get started.
The cowboy had never once considered going home. That was, until he met the coachman. Like him, the coachman cast no shadow behind him.
Uh, he rode that old carriage and embarked on a long journey, crossing mountains and rivers, finally returning to his hometown.
He surveyed that land, familiar, yet strangely unfamiliar, and a chill crept up his spine.
Editor Hunting is falling asleep. Hunting realized that her eyelids has grown too heavy to lift. Something's not right. What's happening? Um, Under the sky of his hometown, the coachman's shadows were larger than their bodies. This is my hometown, the cowboy said in a hoarse voice, but now I feel like I've wandered into someone else's dream. The mountains are still the same mountains, the wind still the same wind, but they no longer recognize me. The cowboy looked into the distance in vain. These images, they're moving? Holy reading. I stop at this writ. The coachman sighed, took out the rusted pocket from his face and shook it in front of the cowboy. Time turns everything into shadows, even one's hometown. You, me, no exceptions. He paused, casting his gaze towards the vast horizon. I don't even have a shadow. Where's my hometown? The cowboy chuckled and patted the coachman on the shoulder, reassuringly. Don't be discouraged. Just look at those cattle. Those cattle never lower their heads to graze. They chase the star, dragging the coachman's souls along the shepherd's souls along them. No one should dream of returning home. The land there will bite, trapping you forever. If you just follow the cattle, maybe we'll find the shadow we lost. The two carriages sat at the foot of the hill, fastened their reins, and then, in silent agreement, followed shepherd's footprints with heavy yet determined steps. The mist had thickened. Even the long whistle couldn't help them find their way. The blurred outline of an ancient temple looms. The camera pulls back off in the distance. The blurred outline of an ancient temple looms. Wait, this part doesn't need to follow a movie script. Templo de la Metafora. Temple of Metaphor. What? What the hell is this space? The mist ahead is getting thicker. The camera pulls back off in the distance. The blurred outline of an ancient temple looms.
Here we are. The Hell Place.
Hell place. Wait. This is the story you're telling. I thought these scenes only existed in your imagination. Of course they only exist in my imagination because everything is fictional. But this is the first time I've tried bringing a reader into this side of the world. It's amazing, Miss Hunting. You really are a brilliant editor. What? Why do you say that? I don't think Clutter explains this strange phenomenon in front of us. Wait, if we're inside your story, then we should be able to live easily. But this isn't our story. It belongs to the cowboy and the coachman. Then where did they go? I think they accidentally stepped into the story and took their place.
Let's not waste any more time. Let the great adventure begin.
Don't joke around, Recoleta. Is there any way to return right now? Go back? Mhm. A legendary adventure story is just beginning. How could we let the readers know the ending so soon? But as the author, I can give you a little hint. Inside this temple lies the core secret of the entire story. Hurry, follow me, Miss Hunting. Wait, don't run so fast. Suddenly, the editor stopped in her tracks and grabbed the writer's arm. This fog is too thick. Haven't you noticed the scene around us keep retreating? Can see the way forward. In my opinion, we need to calm down and listen to our inner voices. No, that's too abstract. Here you need to bring the reader's attention back. That massive stone pillar should become the story's MacGuffin? You mean... In short, we need to make this stone pillar an essential driving force of the plot. Let me think. Yes, you should rewrite this section so that the cowboy and the coachman discover the anomaly of the giant stone pillar within the looming temple. By touching its four sides, east, west, south, and north, they eventually find their way out of the maze.
Ah, right, right. Let me see. East. West. South. And north.
Miss Hunting? Miss Hunting? I'm back. Uh, we never went anywhere. Did you fall asleep? No, that's not important. Where were we in the story? We got to the part where the cowboy and the coachman escape the maze. Next, they're heading towards the story's conclusion. Right, back to business. There's still quite a few things in the earlier parts that need revision. Did I mention the MacGuffin earlier? Yes, you told me to remove the scenes where they listen to their inner voices. Which was actually the shepherd voice whistling. Instead, the method of escaping the maze was changed to interacting with the stone pillar. But in my view, the stone pillar is just a stone pillar. It doesn't symbolize anything. Why must they interact with it in the story? Exactly, it doesn't symbolize anything, and that's precisely the point. Uh, as director Alfred Hitchcock once said in the thriller, the MacGuffin is usually the chain uh, in a spy movie. It's the document. In the thriller, the MacGuffin is usually the chain. In the spy movie, it's the document. Uh, in the 1942 film Casablanca, is a great example. It's a great example that the transit papers in the movie are a classic MacGuffin. They drive all the characters. action, yet their details are ultimately unimportant to the audience. Just like this stone pillar, it catalyzes the narrative, but it won't truly affect the story core themes. I always thought the term came from the British writer and poet um Rudyard Kipling's novels. So that's how it's used in film terminology. Oh, I need to take some notes. In summary, my main suggestion is the most critical hints should come from key sentences. Avoid letting the readers know that letting the reader overlook them.
Fantastico! I've already thought up of a few ways to make it even better.
Next, we should move into the final conclusion of this story. Let's pause here, genius. It's already late. Tell me, why does your inspiration run like a wild horse? But today is Friday. If I don't get your feedback now, I'll have to wait until Monday for another appointment. That means I'll have to spend 2 whole days staring at my unfinished ending, sighing in frustration. Tomorrow night, after 8 p.m., I'll have some free time. Normally, I'd spend that time listening to music and casually reading something lighthearted, but if I have guests, that would be a different matter. You're inviting me to your place? I guess. There's a whole batch of steaming hot revisions waiting for you in my oven. Plenty to go around. So you mean, to be honest, your novel has a lot of great elements, but publishing it will still be a challenge. Even if everything goes smoothly, we'll need at least half a year to finalize the draft. We might not even make it in time for the next year's book fair. What I can tell you is this: I have a way to get your novel noticed by the world, but only if you finish it on time. This, I assume, would be a gameplay stage. Yeah. Whoa, what is this? Let me drink something first. Okay. Yeah, I'm not looking. If there's only music, then yeah, it's just slow. That's why it's a little low. Templo de la Metáfora. Lemon, apple, orange slices, cinnamon sticks. It's a bit of a waste to use Malbec for mulled wine, but compared to the more delicate varieties, it's rich after slow simmering. That sounds quite professional. Maybe I could use this in my writing. Of course, outside of work, it's a great thing. Also, the room's a bit messy. Hope you don't mind. I don't mind. Actually, I think it's quite tidy. Sit anywhere, sofa, cushions, stool, even the floor. There's something I need to talk to you about. Do you know why I suggested you study screenwriting? Those names. Uh, isn't it to improve the structure of my work? Like Maxwell Perkins, the editor of Hemingway, Wolf, and Fitzgerald. No, you estimate me, Recoleta. I am far from being that great. At first, I didn't understand why a young writer like you was so obsessed with literature. I wanted to realize for yourself why film conquered the 90s while literature's exploded spark faded into embers. I wanted you to hit walls to see with your own eyes the decline of the literary world.
How could that be? The world of literature may falter for a time, but it'll never fade away, Miss Hunting.
And it's precisely because of this barrenness that I write. The writers I admire were great explorers, rebels, and revolutionaries. They never cared where the tides of the times were flowing.
Now that's a cause with real meaning behind it.
Well, that is pretty cool. Let's change the topic, Recoleta. Do you think you truly understand today's literary world? Hmm. Even I know little or nothing about my own life. Uh, if what Walt Whitman himself admitted as much, how can we presume to understand today's literary world?
To me, writing is just as exhilarating as traveling around the world or slipping into a blissful dream.
I've met plenty of writers who say things like that. If that's how you feel, then never mind. It's nothing. Alright, before I drink this entire pot of wine, let's get to work. Where's the second half of your story? Those chatting is used, man. I really want to finish the ending. Though, based on your last suggestion, I studied some books on filmmaking and added some screenplay style dialogue. Let me see. Last time, the two protagonists used their wits to escape the foggy labyrinth. Next, they'll enter the hidden section of the temple. The whistling stopped. The cowboy and coachman walked toward the glowing space within the mist. The fog thickened and the surrounding sounds grew fainter. Each step made the world feel more unfamiliar. They finally found the entrance. The interior of the temple was covered in ancient runes, the walls engraved in unreadable text and images. In the distance, an old man and a shepherd boy with a cow stood at the center, as if they had been waiting for them. Amid the mist, the wind and the murmurs intertwined, sounding like an ancient poem. Overjoyed. Overjoyed, the on parenthesis. Miss Hunting, we're back inside the story again. Shrugs and Red's hand. It's fine. This time I won't be surprised. And what's with this parenthesis? Do we have expressions now? Nods approvingly. The key clues should come from the most crucial sentences. It seems you really took my last suggestions to heart, Recoleta. Excited. Yes, it looks like we're very close to the core of the temple. Staring intently. So how do we get to it? Murmuring. Look at those two crows. When they meet travelers, they turn into crows.
Hello.
Speaking slowly. Welcome, travelers. Your arrival was predestined, but crossing the mist was no easy task. Shepherd boy. Quiet but clear. A hometown is not a house, but a memory. A cow may wonder where the pasture has vanished, but it will always find its way home.
Oh dear.
It's you. You finally arrived. The ones who started it all. I waited a whole century for you.
Here is the case.
If you wish to touch the core of the Templo de la Metáfora, you must solve a riddle.
Bring it on. I love a challenge.
Dear.
I can't tell you directly. Only the shepherd boy knows the riddle, but he won't tell you outright either. It's all part of the metaphor.
Please.
Look at him. You'll have to make the boy happy first. You should make me happy first. No, why should I listen to you, old fool?
Hello.
This is the riddle. Only my cow can carry you up there.
No.
Little rascal, that's not how we do things here. That's right. Did you think it'd be that easy? I really can't hold it anymore. Why do you insist on adding parentheses before every line of dialogue? I told you to reference screenplay structure, not copy dialogue formatting word for word. Fine, I'll revise it, but first we need to deal with this cow. This cow must be connected to the theme of your work, Recoleta. It shouldn't be difficult for you.
Let me.
Let me think. Shepherd boy, can you give me a hint?
Of course.
But the answer will only be yes or no. No problem. No problem. Your cow. What does it symbolize? Is it the weight of responsibility?
No.
Is it the void of time?
No.
Is it something philosophical?
Yes.
Is it what I'm doing right now?
Yes.
Ah, literature doesn't offer answers. Rather, it serves to raise questions and open up unexplored realms.
I still remember the conversation with Miss Doras. The question itself is the symbol, isn't it?
Yes.
You solved the riddle. Now let it take you forward. In this part of your story, what's the old man's role? He doesn't seem to provide us with any real information. I can't quite explain it, but this sequence of the story, we must speak to the old man first before we can talk to the shepherd boy. I think this section could use some revision. Wait, maybe it's not that simple. People always asks about the future, but about what they'll be like when they grow old, only to realize everything about themselves was already hidden in their childhood. You hid this echoing line too far away, Recoleta. This part is well written, but it is to be clearer. I have to learn how to actively communicate your ideas to the audience. This is beautiful. How did you write this? It is a sum of infinite meanings. It is everything that life has to offer. It is sung by one who reaches the end of their journey, yet in the end it's just a word that means miracle. We're back. From now on, if I don't have any special plans on Saturday nights, you can come here. You mean aside from our weekly sessions, you're willing to use your private Saturday nights to help me edit my novel? But let me make this clear first. It will be incredibly difficult. It will take up a lot of your time, and in the end, there's no guarantee it will become a bestseller. But you'll have my promise, an exclusive publishing deal.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. What an absolutely wondrous outcome from a pilgrimage to the Templo de la Metáfora.
Obviously, this will be a long battle.
I know, Miss Hunting. But it'll be a glorious one.
Five. Five. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. That's 4. Around halfway. Alright, let's continue. Distant quakes. Single malt whiskey, no ice, mixed with pure water, the golden companion for spring. My friend, this is life. I'll stick to my usual. Matcha tea with mint, and 2 sugar cubes. Thanks. Wait a second. Are you even old enough? Want to try mine? It's a 15-year-old scotch. I'm starting to realize something, Hunting. Not everything in life needs to be experienced. I need to write that line into my story. I think you just can't handle the bitterness. Still a kid at heart after all. Just kidding. Even if you wanted to drink, I wouldn't give it to you. In my opinion, writers who rely on nicotine and alcohol for inspiration aren't truly lacking ideas. They're just using their addictions to keep themselves going. Oh, so you're saying you're not one of them? Of course not. You should know me better by now. If I remember correctly, when we first met, you smoked a cigarette, and even made the point of opening the window. That was an accident. To be honest, that day you really caught me off guard, little genius. I did say that. The era you referenced is so far removed from us. The year I was born, Latin American literature was at its peak. The young people of that generation, those who had passion for writing, could all feel the grand and relentless literary earthquake shaking through the continent. It wasn't just the rise of a single writer, it was a collective awakening. Everything was urgent and irreversible. It's as if the soul of an entire continent suddenly became aware of its own existence and began speaking through literature.
Increíble, Miss Hunting. What a masterful way to put it.
It's just part of my work-related conversation, Arsenal, nothing special. That's exactly how I feel when I go back and read the novels from that generation. The impact is like a magma surging from the Earth's core. It pierces through layers of history, violence, and memory, finally erupting onto the surface, carrying ancient sediment and traces of blood. Can you imagine how overwhelming How electrifying, how utterly enthralling that was for me. I may have missed that earthquake, but I can still feel its distant tremors. Ever since that moment I first put pen to paper, those tremors have been beating in sync with my heartbeat.
Surely you understand what I'm saying, right?
Of course I understand you, Recoleta. That's why I want to help you publish a great novel, and why I push you so hard. Forget all the damn theories and publishing experience for a second. Do you think this novel is truly good, Hunting? It's good. It's really good. I like it. But the bubbles in this pot sure are loud. Better not scare away my prey. That's not my fault. I thought when you said camping, you meant family autumn trip. Maybe a picnic in the park. I didn't expect it to mean carrying a 10-kilogram pack, climbing over two mountains, and ending up in the deep wilderness. And on top of that, we have to find our own food. Alright, just a bit of prep work is ready for the pot. You just stand. So this is our real dinner. I thought the pot of carrots, beets, and celery was it. What kind of life were you living before this? I'm really sorry, my rabbit friend. I'll eat you with gratitude. That sounds like the opening line of a dark fairy tale. Um, uh, Let me add a fun fact to the background setting. This little guy may be called the Patagonian rabbit, but it's actually a rodent. It's closely related to sewer rats. Wait, so I'm eating. Rel- Relax is a wild animal from the forest. It's cleaner than anything. When you're hungry, the human mind is remarkably skilled at using poetic language just to justify accepting nature's offerings. You're getting funnier, little genius. Humans' fast hunting gradually helped Recoleta understand the joys of camping. It's deep in the autumn now. Tonight will be much colder than last time.
Oh, I'm fine. I've dealt with much colder nights than this.
So, flashback to around. It's not bedtime yet. Want to talk about something? Aside from my novel, there are plenty of things we could talk about, but I know we'll end up circling back to it, like wandering in a maze. Alright, actually, about your novel, I do have a new idea regarding its publication. Let's hear it. I've been thinking about this for a few weeks. You should brace yourself. What if your novel was meant to be a trilogy? Uh, uh, Templo de la Metáfora would be just the first part. I don't want to say this is why you need to revise the ending, but that's exactly the case. A trilogy? Changing the ending?
Dios mío, I'd never considered that.
My protagonist has never tried stepping out of his own story and add into another. Then let's try it. Your characters are already alive in their fictional world. They just need to cross a way to cross barriers, whether it's a motorcycle or a carriage or even a lame meal. Doesn't matter. We need a bigger plan, not just for the bestseller charts, but something that shakes the entire literary world. Send them off on a new adventure. Recoleta, just like that. A journey you once told me about. The one to the end of the world. You just need to add a few murders to push the cowboy into solving a new mystery. He became he becomes a private investigator by chance. Wait, slow down. I don't even have the current ending figured out yet. Oh, of course, sorry, Recoleta. Take your time. A writer's greatest need is to keep thinking, to grow through the struggle. I think I really do need to finish writing the first book's ending before I could even consider what comes next. That's fine, but it's the harder path. You have to understand your ending must be precise, deliberate. Once it's published, there's no going back. I don't want you to always write like you're dancing in chains. Um, young people sleep is like an armadillo in winter. Truly enviable. Good night, little genius. Hmm. It all comes back to the trilogy problem. Um, if the trilogy is necessary, of course I'd be willing to write two more books. But once I actually started designing my structure, I realized this is incredibly difficult. Try splitting it like the good, the bad, and the ugly. A clear three-act structure. I get what you mean, but last month you told me after the old man and the shabby boy leave, the story shouldn't end yet. What did you mean by that? Exactly what I said. You need the protagonist to actively bring closure to the story, but not completely. But we already took the core of the temple. Of course, but after that you need to set up a hook. You need to give them a reason to choose adventure. Imagine this. They're holding that beautiful little artifact as they describe the temple, and then one of them suddenly feels curious. Hey, why don't we go see what's behind that? The other feels uneasy. I'm telling you, we should leave. We have to check this out. The coachman fails to grab the cowboy's arm. The cowboy dashes ahead. Before long, the cowboy turns back to look at him, his eyes filled with despair. What did you see? The cowboy doesn't answer. The coachman steps forward, looks behind the massive stone platform. There's nothing but countless skeletons. Where did all these skeletons come from? I don't want to write some kind of massacre into the story. Just listen, think about it. If they realized that every single skeleton has the same type of adult male build.
Wait, hold on a second. I'm not sure I follow.
One, two, three, four, five. That's not bad. First. I revised it over and over, but I still can't put the period on the final sentence. It's been an entire week already. Can I really write a good ending?
No, Recoleta. You can't just falter at the first obstacle.
This is part of creation, and you want to be a professional writer. Alright, let's focus back on the revision itself. No more overthinking. I'll just try editing according to Hunting's suggestion. The characters must continue their adventure, but I don't understand the cowboy returned home just to find a place to belong. I want them to get lost. I want them to stumble uh, through an unfamiliar world just like us, to find the answers within an unfinished journey, because that is our reality. I was once haunted by the ending of Rise and Fall of Sanity, and now a new ending haunts me once again.
Have I not grown at all since then? Have I tried so hard all this time, only to get stuck in silent stagnation all over again?
Flashback. You're saying the two protagonists are ghosts trapped in an endless cycle of death and rebirth? Push it a little further, make it more concrete, easier to grasp. The protagonists have suffered through countless cycles of reincarnation, died endless times, and only now do they uncover the truth. Good, but this is just a rough concept. In fact, we can weave in more literary elements. The two crows have waited for a whole century. They have their own purpose. They shouldn't be just tools to push forward the plot. The crows can serve as a symbol. They could represent the enslaved souls of the protagonists in their previous cycles. Wait, this idea still needs some fine tuning. Souls as a concept has been overused in the market. We need a fresh take. Recoleta, do you have any ideas? If it's your suggestion, then do I have to change it this way? It's getting late. Let's stop here for today. Don't push yourself to the edge, Recoleta. First, we're writing a novel, not a script. Second, we can learn visual storytelling from films. Third, our readers need to understand it. Those are the three principles I want to share with you. I will write a good ending, Miss Hunting. Take care. Stick to the street lights. Don't wander off. Got it. See you next week. Wait a minute. Okay. Um, the cowboy and the coachman seize the remains of their own bodies from countless cycles of death, then fall into despair. That's right, isn't it? In the distant in that case, then what does this metaphor mean? Shadows, home, distant echoes? Clearly, it has nothing to do with any of that. Abandoning the past has always haunted them, then reconciling with their present selves. This makes sense, but what about the old man and the shepherd boy? The struggles of old age and the origins of childhood. If reconciliation were truly possible, then there would be no need to journey back home at all. That's an obvious contradiction. No, no, Recoleta. You can't think like this. You've already wasted too much time talking to the moon. Don't think. Pick up your pen.
Take up your pen, Recoleta.
Remember that claim of defiance? Remember your hunger to write? Prove it to yourself that you're not weak. Go back to your room, back to the damn desk. Finish the ending.
I'm sorry.
Barista? We're not officially open yet. Oh, Recoleta? Long time no see. Did you quit your job? Uh, Hello, Gonzalo. As you can see, I'm working on a novel now. Could you make me a black coffee in advance? 2 sugar cubes, no milk. Thanks.
Of course.
I'll throw in a free donut. Just don't tell the boss. Thanks, Gonzalo. Also, no, since no one else is here, would you mind reading my novel?
Oh dear.
You're going to torture me again with all those convoluted, milk-swirling metaphors, aren't you? No, no, trust me. This time is different. I have an editor now, and she's giving me a lot of valuable feedback. I'm writing a trilogy, and now I finally finished the first book.
Sounds great.
Alright. Future best-selling author.
That's awesome.
I didn't expect this to be a story about escaping from a temple. It's totally different from what I read before. Why the change in style? That doesn't matter, just tell me it's good.
That's surprising. Great.
Like, to put it simply, I've never read anything like it. It's both thrilling and terrifying, like watching some kind of surreal movie. Seeing your own skeleton piled up, realizing the so-called core is actually a secret, then becoming a detective in the wilderness, that's just cool. But don't you think the cowboy and the coachman didn't really get the ending they deserve?
Why?
They set out once more to uncover the secret of the ageless.
Here's the case.
An adventure? What's wrong with that? Like Don Quixote. Isn't that also a knight's adventure story? Now everyone calls it a classic. Don Quixote isn't just as simple as you think. It's not just a story about a knight on a scrawny horse changing at windmills. It's something that makes people pause, reflect, and feel deeply about.
My friend.
While your character staring at a mountain of their own corpse would make anyone think for a few days, wouldn't it? You get the point. Thanks for the humor and for the donut. At least now maybe I'm not as hesitant anymore.
Hmm?
But isn't the story already finished? It is, but the direction of the second book has been troubling me for weeks. My mind is so empty that it can't even stir up a grain of sand. No way, you're Recoleta. Your brain is supposed to be overflowing with ideas. I get it. You must have poured all your creativity into that pile of bones.
But
I don't really understand this literature thing you're after, but I feel like if you worry too much about is this literature, you might forget why you started writing the story in the first place. Why I started writing this story?
Why did I start this story in the first place?
How many weeks has it been since my last visit? Today is another Saturday. What time is it now? Forget it, none of that matters as long as I can write something good. A good work. What have I been even writing these
Look at
days?
this mess. Endless, meandering descriptions. Broken dialogues, characters wandering around without purpose. It's a complete joke.
Forget it. Just go ask Miss Hunting for advice. Didn't you treat her like Maxwell Perkins? She'll give you a golden suggestion. Wait a minute. Alright. Alright. In short, before going out, I need to calm my mind.
Maybe I just need a little siesta.
If you're not from this afternoon sleep. Or more. Actually over for me. Look at this. Damn it. It's the boy, right? Shit, that's not right. I see, I see, I see. This is this. The whole little goes. If fell asleep. Wait, what time is it? I still need to get to the editor's place.
I know this dance. It's a tango.
Whoever's hiding behind those trees, come out. I can feel you watching me. You finally returned, Recoleta. We've been waiting for you for a century. Who are you? Why are you lurking in the shadows? I can see your face. Step forward, otherwise don't blame me for being rude. You cannot see my face, child, because I am a shadow, a being cast from the depths of your inner world. My inner world? You mean I'm dreaming? Numbness? Yes, this is your inner world, a symbolic labyrinth you've carefully constructed. Symbolic labyrinth? That's a great name. It sounds like in the same category of as Templo de la Metáfora. Thank you, stranger. I think I just found the title for chapter 2. But wait, so you're saying that these trees swaying like mirage just are all part of the symbolism? Yes, you're clever. Each tree here is also a symbol representing the symbols you once carefully cultivated. What happened to them? Don't tell me they're learning to dance. Not long ago, this labyrinth became unstable. The trees all fell into this erratic, swaying state. Your insomnia comes from this. So you waited here just to tell me this? I guard the farthest northern border. Everything here is so indifferent that those who enter feel numb. But you have already touched the boundary I guard. I am too exhausted to remain. Farewell, Recoleta. My last warning. Don't believe on anything it says. Warning? Who is it? The tortoise walked into the flames
I
without
understand you
hesitation.
all too well.
Let me check the what. It did not know if it was dead or alive. It did not know any feeling at all.
I also threw myself into the fire without a moment's hesitation.
Who's hiding behind that rock? Come out. The tortoise from the north already told me the truth. Now tell me, what do you symbolize? Awakening? You have arrived, child. For a whole century, the Far East has never fallen into disorder. What have you experienced outside? That's none of your business. No, it is my business. Ours, in fact. You've revised it over and over again, yet you can't seem to get it right. You've fallen into a trap of endless revisions, haven't you? Remember, child, those words you delete, they never truly disappear. They become part of you, hidden within the bloodstream of your next work. A great work is born through constant revision. That is the fate of a writer. But the readers will never see the parts I erase. They exist only in my mind, repeating over and over again, torturing me alone.
What's the point of it all?
That does not diminish the value of each sentence, each word, or even each syllable you have written, even if they do not always serve the plot directly. Then tell me, why must they be deleted in the first place? Is it because I poured rhythm and tone into my sentences without thinking about their connection to the story? That is irrelevant, child. What matters is that you are afraid that you were the one who killed the cattle, aren't you? You merely released them. Do you remember now? In the story you created, the shepherd doesn't need to herd the cattle. The cattle do not need to grace. You granted them the freedom to chase the stars. Even my cowboy has become a detective, even if he is fated to embark on a journey full of inevitable tragedy. Is that something I must accept? Of course, writing is about living an experience of life in the reader's hearts. If life contains moments of beauty, miracles, and happiness, then it must also contain scars of trauma, contradictions, and escape. If the writer does not suffer those same scars, then it would be just unjust. No, I don't believe you.
Do you really think that will make me feel better?
Very well. Words hold no power. Only personal experience can convince someone. As you wish, I will leave this place. It's not an achievement that can become accomplished overnight. Everything about experience will come strength and push forward. At the very least, remember this warning. If you reach the southern forest, do not believe a word it says. Remember, child. This story is pretty long. It has a lot of text. Cheerful voice. Happiness. Something. It also has an extra story node. Like the usual is just 8. Now it's 9. At least I think if it's not, if it's one of them is a full length one. What made you so wary? You are. Look around. Isn't this forest beautiful? We once spent endless dreamlike summers in this paradise. But you haven't come to visit me for a long time.
We were friends? Oh my, that's right. How could I have forgotten you?
Why are you here? Lay. Is that Lay? I think it's just the nickname for Recoleta. Maybe Reco or something. Or Leta. I'm gonna say letter instead. Uh, Perhaps you've forgotten, Lela. We used to sit under the summer trees watching the clouds drift over the distant hills. Ooh, the psych, like the psyche, like portraits actually make sense to use that because this is technically her inner mind, and that's what psyche is like all about. It's like in Chinese, the Chinese name is heart face. It's like connected to heart, but also like the mind, like Sai. That's actually a pretty clever way to use that. You once wrote in a poem, imagine the clouds as cotton candy, then swallow them whole. You gave that poem to me. I wrote something that childish, that's actually kind of funny. You have no idea how much I missed you, Recoleta. My dearest friend, my little playful Fanda, my green-eyed knight.
It's been so long. I've missed you so much.
Please step out of those fireflies, my friend. Let me see your face. You've grown up too, haven't you? Just like me. You have been lost in your work for so long. It makes me kind of sad. But I can't help you. I've forgotten so much, Letta. So much. So many beautiful, pure things. You once had a sharp perception of the world, and the poems you wrote for me were so brilliant. Reality has made you tired, hasn't it? If you're tired, then let's stay here and play in the forest until you feel ready to leave. Will you, my dearest friend?
Yes, I'd love to.
Reality?
Stop this, you liar. I've already met two of your companions. Now tell me, what do you symbolize? Oh, no, no, I'm not a liar. How could you say that, Leda? You've hurt me so deeply. Mhm. The preview just lagged for a bit. What the hell? This, I thought OBS is acting up again. You don't even remember the first time you picked up the pen, do you? I've waited so long only to be met with a cruel executioner. If if you truly are this heartless, then I have no reason to stay here. Farewell. Memories retain as they drip, their colors shape, becoming muddled shadow steps forward, summoned by melodious laughter and song.
Goodbye then.
Don't believe in a word it says. I have to find a way out. I have to escape this place. Scorn. At last, we meet our greatest writer. Welcome to the Southern Forest. My three dear friends must have said plenty of bad things about me. No, I won't listen to anything you say. You're all liars. Ah, but that's a paradox, isn't it? Chaotic faceted puzzle box. If they were lying to you, doesn't that mean you should trust me? Who is the real liar then? You're the last one, aren't you? What do you symbolize? I am the black hole inside of you. The place where your desires fester and distort. Doubt is a poison. It seeps into your writing, changing its taste. Why do you all talk like that? It's unbearable. I can smell it, scent of resuscitation hidden in your shallow breathing. You're an arrogant, self-absorbed great writer. Follow your ego. Return to where you belong. Damn it. I don't have time for this. I need to get back. For you, growth might as well be a crime. You should remain a relentless, unyielding literary beast. Where am I supposed to go back to? What was I supposed to do again? You can never escape that sorrowful secret endlessly channeling the scene. Literature is not merely a haven of kindness and warmth, it is also a refuge for resentment and loathing. Why do I have to go back?
I belong to the fictional world. I am fiction.
that fucking line is so I am fiction. Just have to. I should have screenshot it. I'm gonna screenshot it on the VOD. Our work here is done. This symbolic labyrinth is now completely in your hands. Farewell. Soft as breath, itchy as hypersensitivity, switching winding into long thread. A rider must have unyielding thirst. A rider must have relentless endurance. A rider must have innate understanding. A rider must have personal arrogance. That? Three more. Oh boy. We started earlier. Oh, I did start earlier. Evil of the failure. Publishing director. Hunting, we've been talking for almost an hour. I need a conclusion. So far this year, Angel's online publishing hasn't had a single book break into the top 3 bestsellers. That's an undeniable fact. Of course, director. I've been in close contact with several authors and have prepared multiple commercial strategies. Their new manuscripts will be submitted soon.
You should.
I'm tired of hearing that, Hunting. The market's shifting too fast and readers' preferences are unpredictable. I think we need to find new opportunities. I firmly believe that literature is our path forward.
Here's the case.
Literature was once our golden brand, but now slogans like the vanguard of literary revival. And wait a minute, is this real? No. Oh, yeah. The Pedro Paramo of the new era. We've overused them to death.
Listen.
Before the company gets acquired at the end of the year, I need to present our investors with a concrete decision. I understand, Director.
Long time no see, Miss Hunting. How have you been?
stopped by the cafe where you worked several times, but no one knew your exact address. They said that ever since you quit, they barely seen you. I'm sorry, Miss Hunting. I missed several meetings, but please believe me, it was all for reconstructing the forest labyrinth of symbols. Forest? What forest? Um, More importantly, have you outlined this unstructured chapter 2 yet? I should remind you, this month's deadline is... I don't know if they would say it in... Mas simbolika. Symbolic force. I don't even know if right. Probably not what it's gonna be. Guess the title of chapter 2. I've already finished it. Um, this is almost the first good news I've had all month. You're finally writing like a professional author, Recoleta. Alright, let me take a look. How did our cowboy and coachman end up in the forest after leaving the temple? This is what you're submitting? I wrote it with all my heart. Um, Recoleta, do you know what this is? This forest is scorched, dead trees empty, lifeless. There's nothing here. You've let me down, Recoleta. Freedom of expression doesn't mean recklessness. Every mistake I pointed out in your last draft, you made them all over again. Your literary world welcomes no one. Countless polite parameters, senators, countless indifferent and prejudiced races, countless past encounters, each one leaving faint sting in the writer's heart.
Why should I seek their approval?
I've never truly been accepted by those who uphold prejudice and misunderstanding toward literature. Forget it. This is your internal struggle. I have no right to interfere. But I cannot help you publish a piece of literature that is entirely self-indulgent. You're free to ignore all my suggestions because you're the writer and I'm just an editor. Following the flow of instinct, avoiding self-examination, that's my current state of writing. Of course I know, that's not what makes a true professional, but this barren land, it feels familiar. Wait, is this the desert beneath Amalfitana town? No, this place should be gone. I shouldn't be back there, back to this land of nothingness.
Who told you this place was a wasteland? To my mind, it is 10 times more remarkable than anywhere else in the world. Who are you? Are you... me?
No, no, that's not right. What do you symbolize?
I'm not a symbol at all. I'm the gaucho rider of 1975, the legendary cowgirl of Sonora, Recoleta.
If you're Recoleta, then who am I? Well, we exist in countless forms across infinite pages, and as we face the face we present to the reader is limitless.
After that, you chose to return to reality, didn't you? But I chose to stay here, in the realm of fiction.
What are you staying here for?
I don't have time to sit around and chat. My comrades need rescuing. I must rally our people, unite our strength to turn these ruins into a library. Will you stand with me and help write the next chapter of our cause? You really are me. I can't think of anyone else who would speak such nonsense. Come on, Recoleta, get moving.
Cross the silent desert. Follow the flow of the Gnostic River to its source. Find a way to slip past the cave-dwelling tribes. After 9 and 10 nights, the glorious ruins will appear. Ruinas Gloriosas will appear. There, an important comrade awaits our rescue. Alright, but how can you prove that we'll actually find these so-called ruins?
See this? It's my badge of honor.
It wasn't awarded in any grand ceremony, nor does it hold any particular honor, but it is an irreplaceable symbol, an undeniable proof that we'll find Ruinas Gloriosas. It's beautiful. How did you get it?
What happened to you? You really aren't anything like me anymore. Listen to your heart. There's something missing, isn't there? Blessed me, blessed me. My beating heart does drum. The fervent words of visceral realism. Within my chest they thump. Well, you may have forgotten much, but none of that matters now. A new adventure lies before us. And should we fail, let us fail spectacularly.
Let's go, Recoleta. Let's go.
failure doesn't diminish the glory of the journey. At the very least, I'll earn a badge of honor, just like hers. Yes, and my novel will be that badge.
I feel like I need to think about this before I put out my final thoughts. There's definitely the surface level stuff, which is just the struggles of a writer, but there's also like with the character of Recoleta itself, which is on the subtext. This book is so well written. What the hell's happened? What did they feed the what's two more. Alright, once I drop this letter in, everything will be over.
Thank you, Miss Hunting. And I'm sorry.
Whether it's gratitude or an apology, you should say it in person, Recoleta. Miss Hunting? I'm sorry. Both of them. Do you remember the 3 questions you first asked me? I think I finally know the answers. This answer had such a long build-up that readers have almost forgotten the questions themselves. Returning home because it was home. Meeting the shepherd boy because he just so happened to be tending his cattle. Characters knowing things even the author doesn't because it is the cowboy's story, and he has lived for more years than the author. Of course, these are your characters. Your unique style shapes them, making them one of a kind. I don't always know the purpose of every sentence I write. Each word, each phrase flows from my pen, guided by an irresistible and instinctive force. And I, a businesswoman who directs the flow of profit, a book dealer who has abandoned instinct. I am ignorant to the resident of the river on the riverbank. I can witness this river's vitality, yet I have no way of questioning the purpose of each individual ripple. Now that I have understood its vitality, why must I ask about the purpose of every ripple? Miss Hunting, you have taught me so much in the end. I cannot become the writer you imagined me to be. In you, I see an old sweater I once knitted, a magnificent illusion. Now I finally understand myself completely. My writing is a chase after a great era to recreate a grand adventure. I dreamed of distant tremors of the past could be etched into my heart once more through your words. My writing is to pursue my own selfish desires. This unrealistic fantasy is also my selfish desire. I imagine myself living like a poet, romantically, hopelessly, rebellious, indifferent to fame, reckless and unrestrained. You should imagine yourself living like a pure poet, happily. If only I had a heart ablaze with instinct, uh, visceral realism. Grow rebelliously, abandon that cursed fame, and live recklessly. Write, keep writing, write it all. It has been my honor to know you, Recoleta. Is this some kind of symbolic role reversal? No, I just sat too long and my back started hurting.
I realize now that I never really understood you, Miss Hunting. Nor did I really try to.
Same here. I never truly ask about what you really think. I suppose that makes us even. But if you'd like, I can tell you a story. A story about a young person who was born in the age of the Latin American literary boom. Hmm. After graduating from the literature department at La Plata University, uh, the young one declined her professor's invitation for further studies and chose to enter the publishing industry. In her handwritten letter, she wrote, Professor Carlos, I want to become the Maxwell Perkins of Latin America.
Why would she want to be an editor when everyone else at that time was striving to be a writer?
This poetic land never lacked writers who could ignite flames, but geniuses needed a torchbearer to pass their light forward.
But she did become a great editor, didn't she? Because she's you.
No, she didn't become a great editor. She became a shrewd businesswoman. You know, I've always worried about that I might distort your work. Maybe the first draft was actually the best version. Who can say for sure? This is an eternal dilemma, the ultimate question that haunts every editor. It lingers in my mind at night, making its prey. To this day, I still think wonderful. It's wonderful when books I've worked on get adapted into films, but I can never truly forget literature. Literature is something irreplaceable, something eternal.
I have an idea. A good one, I promise.
Even though I've decided not to publish that novel, I promise you, I will finish it.
Would you help me finish my novel? Not as an editor, but as a friend?
Of course, it's a deal. It would be my honor, Recoleta. Let's complete this work together. Um, yes, as a friend, as a literary companion, someone who shares the same passion. Hunting knew this decision came from a nameless courage, and she chose to believe in literature, in fate, in the power of useless gestures, just like Recoleta. Oh, that's one is easy to understand. Uh, both of them like uh, realizing, uh, Recoleta realizing why she's writing to begin with, and it's not just to publish, but just to finish it, and her realizing that everything she done is not to be a great editor, but just she sees things in the business way and forget about the actual reason to that people are writing, which is it's their passion. And now they're both realizing that at the end. That's pretty good. Oh my god, that was more surface level storytelling on the entire character story. Holy. Mm. What is this? What? Is this? No. Crap, I got it. My memory is so shit, dude. What does that do? That heals me. This. I know this thing is. I think it's this. Okay. Last one. Ruinas Gloriosas. Uh, why am I in the desert again? Where did the hunting go?
You've drunk the poisoned wine, Recoleta. A treacherous scheme of the cave dwellers.
That was the venom from the fangs of the Ouroboros. It severs our fate, leading to Ruinas Gloriosas. They tried to stop us, but fortunately they don't know that we are two halves of the same whole. I left behind Directrices de Metáforas in the notebook. It will lead you to the final conclusion.
But why? Why did you sacrifice yourself? Haven't you longed to see the victory of our great movement?
No need to ask, it was a necessary sacrifice.
I did it for us. Now go. Save our comrades and see this journey through to the very end.
I understand. The comrade you're referring to is hunting, isn't it? I need to find Ruinas Gloriosas and then rescue her.
A forgotten river runs, its course to all untold. At the source of the Gnostic river, in shrouded darkness laid, within that mirror, the cave dweller hides,
his ancient face displayed.
So I just need to follow the river. What a long night. Looks like I finally found the source of the Gnostic River. And now, there's no way forward here. Could it be?
Oh!
This sled is actually pretty fun. That was honest. I did not expect that to be fun.
Tread lightly. Do not disturb those shadowed tribal dwellers.
Those cave dwellers. Are they those wandering viewers over there? Can they actually see me? Their eyes are completely blank. Maybe I don't even need to hide at all. Grant me eternity. Grant me glory.
Stay away from me!
Oh, finally lost them. That wasn't too hard.
The 9th and 10th time darkness falls, Las Ruinas Gloriosas shall appear to mark the journey's end.
Am I supposed to sleep here for over a week just to move to the next puzzle? A puzzle? Oh, I see. You're a puzzle too. Clearly, this isn't dark enough to count as a true night. I need to extinguish those sharp-edged razors. Good. One more, then onto the next chamber. Uh, if I'm counting right, this should be the 10th cavern. The end of the cycle. So dismiss is what they meant? I see. If I hadn't passed through the first 9 nights, I wouldn't been able to reach the 10th. But then 9 or 10, what does that mean exactly? What if I put out the fire in the 10th cavern as well?
It must be this brazier. It marks the boundary between the 9th cave and the 10th.
No wonder these metaphors and symbols are so difficult to understand. I think I finally understand why readers to read my novels.
Go! Bring forth the light!
The Ruinas Gloriosas.
Miss Hunting, are you alright?
I tried to stop you, but you came anyway. Child, why must you insist on touching the secret of the ageless? Executioner, your cruelty and indifference breaks my heart. How ridiculous. I never imagined you'd make it this far.
Step aside. I must rescue my comrade.
Clearly this battle won't be decided by brute force. You aren't the minotaur guarding the labyrinth. You're just another kind of obstacle.
Las Ruinas Gloriosas. The answer's in the name, right?
Oh, clever little writer. The chains that bind you are nothing more than fictional restraints. All it takes is a gentle stroke of your pen to sever them. It's laughably simple.
What's going on?
A rectangular prism? What is that? A pillar. Wait, we have indeed seen a pillar before.
It's the pillar del Templo de la Metáfora. The MacGuffin.
The thrillers. The MacGuffin is often a chain. Yes, just like Templo de la Metáfora. These chains are meaningless. I need to surpass them and face the core of Ruinas Gloriosas. East, west, south, north. Pampas Plain. Cowboy. My head hurts a little. Maybe I slept too long.
Those adventures seem hazy now.
Coachman. We escaped la templo, los templo, templo de la Metáfora. Wandered into the symbolic forest for a long time, and in the end, saved me in Ruinas Gloriosas. Now, the hell with my Dobby as is sucking up again. It's just the video that is lagging behind now. I think it's fine now. No lag. Okay. It didn't happen on. Alright, what about my novel? Is it finished? Have you forgotten? We wrote an immortal masterpiece along the way, and even won an important literary award.
Where are we going?
Home. We're on our way home. Back to Buenos Aires. Back to the hometown of Angels. Publishing. Hometown of Angels Publishing House. Then to attend the grand awards ceremony. And after that, our story will come to an end.
Goodbye, Miss Hunting. Publishing novels, receiving awards. None of that matters to me anymore. There's a whole beautiful world before me. Shouldn't I live like a poet and go out and experience its wonders under the glorious radiance of Apollo? Shouldn't I run free, feeling the grass and earth between my toes? After all, the story is far from over.
You're still so careless, Recoleta. You forgot that in the story, you're supposed to call me, Coachman. But none of that matters anymore. Go, Recoleta. Like an invincible warrior. Like a free flying falcon. Like a brave gaucho knight. Go conquer the vast pampas. Good luck, you rebellious, fame disregarding, reckless, nameless writer.
Blessed me, blessed me. My beating heart does drum. The fervent words of visceral realism, within my chest they thump.
Come on home, spirits of the past.
You need to analyze the salesman's psyche more deeply. Everything else is fine. If we're lucky, it might be published before spring.
Hmm?
If this were before, you would have said no one cares about a retired salesman story. Uh, no, just like Gregor Samsa in the Metamorphosis, you just have to write it as well as Kafka, Tommy.
May I ask?
By the way, I've always been curious. What made you give up your well-paid job to start your own publishing house? That's a secret, and this secret seems to have a little something to do with you.
Oh,
You mean you were moved by my novel, right?
I'm sorry.
Pardon me, director. We received an anonymous novel, and the recipient's name is yours. Let me see.
uh,
Ruinas, Gloriosas y Directrices de Metáforas by Recoleta.
that's...
The book is dedicated to Miss. I think it's Maria. Maria Hunting. An excellent editor, teacher, and friend. Let me see. But it's a very masculine word name if it's Mario. But I guess it's not to should be Maria. It's a weird transliteration if it is not. It should be Maria instead of Malia. That's weird. Anyway, it's just the name of hunting. Uh, Miss Hunting, are you alright? She remembered my advice to write the dedication in the preface. Dedicated to the writers of history, those great and distant stars. Dedicated to the editors of history, the silent agents who captured them. Dedicated to you, audience, the readers, the best players watching this now. Let's try to beat this. Let's name same here. I think. Get a combo. How's that? Oh my god. I'm so dead. Okay. Don't do this too. Okay. Wait, which one should I avoid? I forgot already. That. Okay. Dude, why do you always... Okay, just that. Sure. Crap. Which one? I know this is... Don't do that. Ugh. Don't do this, tree. Oh, that's a heal. Really annoying. Let's go. I really like that song. I really like this patch. This is becoming my favorite patch of all time, actually. I mean, not like story, the story wise, not gameplay wise. I think, uh, I don't know. Gameplay wise, I don't know which one's the best for gameplay wise. Diverse was introduced in 2.3. That's pretty good. I really like that. And there's a lot of others modes on 2.3. So I think that's probably my favorite gameplay wise. But for story wise, this is a lot of. Oh my god, I really like it. Anyway, anecdote. I'll do anecdote. Once. I don't know if I'm actually gonna reschedule an anecdote story. I need to do some stuff first. I'll upload some more OST tomorrow. But I think that's it for me today. That's pretty long. That's relatively a really long one. I don't know how long it's gonna be in normal mode. But it felt really long. Yes. Alright, the news stuff. Lucid Escape. They renamed it. It used it on the previous Dreamscape. Okay. I'll end the stream now. Where is it? This. Alright, see you on the anecdote. Or if you're skipping that, on Aleph's story, I guess.
Escucho algo en la distancia que me indica el camino a la fantasía. lugar, ten piedad por la felicidad. Yo te canto y por la libertad yo te canto. Nada podrá parar ni vencer mi ser. Como en la infancia voy yo saltar.